Me? Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to a new episode of It's All For You, Demon. Speaking of which, someone wrote me a while back and said, hey, what's up with the name It's All For You, Demon? I'm gonna tell you. When I first started my fan page back in 2006, I had a few names that were Phantom of the Park inspired, Under the Sky Tower, and Devereaux's Laboratory. When it came time to sort of revamp my channel and start a YouTube channel, I thought it's time for a new name. So I went to one of my favorite horror movies of all time. A movie about a slight, mischievous, rambunctious youth.
Damien, look at me! I'm over here! Damien, I love you! Look at me, Damien! It's all for you!
And for the longest time, as I sometimes do, I misquoted that line, stating it's all for you, Damien, which the nanny never says. And then I had an idea. Damien? Demon? Thus, It's All For You, Demon was born. A place to celebrate the fun of being a Kiss fan. And fun is what we are having tonight. Pull up your pants, my friends. Tonight, we are talking belt buckles. And not just any belt buckle, but a belt buckle that this guy held in 1978. The belt buckles first began appearing in the merchandise forms for Rock and Roll Over and continued through Love Gun, Alive 2, and Double Platinum. However, it was the release of the band's solo albums in 1978 that gave us some of the coolest belt buckles from the band. And that is where our story takes off. As we all know, the band did not tour for the solo albums. They did, however, do a small run of record store, in-store appearances, and radio station interviews. Now, one of my very first jobs out of college was working in the promotions department of a local radio station here in town called Oldies 95. And at that station was a DJ named Young Bobby Day. This, of course, being a picture of him in his much younger Young Bobby Day days, if that makes sense. And as I would always talk Kiss, I was always curious if any of these guys had ever had run-ins with my favorite band of all time. And it was then that young Bobby Day told me in 1978 he interviewed Gene Simmons during his solo album promotional tour. How cool is that? And as I was pretty much nerding out, wanting all the details of the interview, Bobby wasn't really a Kiss guy. But he did say Gene was a constant professional, knew his stuff, and pretty much came in, did the interview, stuck to business, and promoted his solo album and single, Radioactive. Fast forward a few years to my birthday. I was sitting at my desk, and my telephone rang. It was the studio line, and it was Bobby Day. I picked up the phone, and he said, "A little birdie told me it's your birthday. Look in your bottom drawer," and hung up. I pulled open my bottom drawer, and inside was the 1978 Gene Simmons solo album, signed by Gene Simmons during that promotional tour. To say I was speechless is an understatement. And along with that album was the 1978 Gene Simmons solo album belt buckle. How freaking cool. There are a couple of things I absolutely love about this piece of merchandise. Not only was it an extremely cool gesture and cool gift, this is a moment in time. This was a promotional tour of radio stations and record stores. And for Gene to sign this record, Radioactive, it was all about business. He was at a radio station promoting his single from this album. The fact that the signature is that trademark 1978 $ with Radioactive noted above, and the fact that the album itself was a promotional album. I love to think about what went on that day, what took place that day, what sort of representative was with Gene from Casablanca or Coin Management that made sure he had this album and this belt buckle. Things like that blow my mind. And was it Gene's idea to write Radioactive? Is that a record company thing? Like, hey, Gene, when you sign the album, sign it Radioactive. That'll be incentive for the DJ to play your song on the air. It's things like that that I absolutely love. And this belt buckle, I don't collect for value. I don't collect for resale. I don't collect to have mint in the box, grade A stuff. I collect for fun, but this belt buckle, if you can see this thing has never, ever been used. This went straight from Casablanca or a coin to Gene to give to Bobby Day that day. Still has the Coin Management sticker on it. It's so cool to think about Gene Simmons holding this very belt buckle, doing his job, doing his work, promoting his solo album. This is the kind of historic Kiss stuff I love. The inner workings of the machine that made the magic of Kiss. At the end of the day, what I think I really love about receiving such a wonderful, wonderful gift from Bobby Day that year was 2 lessons. First, always be thankful for anyone who comes into your life, because you never know what sort of imprint they are going to leave on your life. Lastly, it's just to be a good person. If you know someone who has a passion for something, help them out. Give them encouraging words. Buy them something that would increase their passion. Help fuel other people's passion. This is all a circle. It all goes around. What we give out, we get back. Thank you for hanging with me. Take care, be safe, and I will talk to you soon.